JRTV welcomes you back to the NASCAR Winston Cup Series 2000 season as we head to the track of craziness. We're in Talladega, Alabama for the Diehard 500 at the Talladega Superspeedway. One of two races we'll see here at this racetrack this season, and it's always unpredictable, crazy, and we normally see some different winners at a track like Talladega. Last time we were at a Superspeedway restrictor plate race, it was Keegan Thompson claiming victory for Hendrick Motorsports in the Daytona 500. Since then, he's lost the points lead to Trey Bardo in the 3, looking for his third Winston Cup Series championship. We'll see how the points shake out here today at Talladega, as the front 5 in points are within 100 points of each other. And at the moment, it's Bardo versus Jericho for the points lead. Thompson not too far back, and Zidell and Sierra are tied 4th and 5th in points. This is going to be one crazy show here today at the Talladega Superspeedway. But you can see at the front there are a lot of different names as we'll get to the green flag. Nathan Stapleton grabs his first Winston Cup Series pole for Roush Racing and the 97 team. Watch also for Noah Clifton and Evan Hunter, two single car teams that don't have the funding of the big teams. Clifton for PPI Motorsports starts in 2nd. Evan Hunter for MB2 Motorsports starts in 3rd. And Anthony Hernandez for Dale Earnhardt Incorporated starts in 4th. Can the one team find some bright spot on their season? It's been a disaster so far. How about the man starting in 8th, Brandon Beal? That team, Bill Elliott Racing, rumors have it that that team will not exist next season. They will shut down at the end of the 2000 season, leaving rumors as to where are those teams' assets going to go? Where's Brandon Beal going to go? Well, maybe if those rumors are true, they've got some motivation from them, because Beal qualified in 11th. He'll start 8th in that number 94 McDonald's Ford, and we'll see what he could do with it as well. Trey Bardo, the points here, starts back in 17th, kind of mid-pack, qualified in 20th. However, he moved up 3 spots because of post-qualifying inspection. It bit some major names yesterday after qualifying. Matthew Burnett, last race winner at Dover, was set to start in 4th. He failed inspection. Yepes from Morgan McClure Motorsports failed from 8th. And the biggest one, Chris Jericho from 10th place, 2nd in points, fails. They'll start back in 40th, 41st, and 42nd today at Talladega. They have a long road ahead of them. The weather here today at Talladega, it is beautiful. Some clouds in the sky, otherwise very clear. 84 degrees, might rise a little bit through the day. It is a picture-perfect day. No real wind, it's just a little bit of a breeze out here. No chance of rain at all here at Talladega. Just exactly what we like to see, a beautiful day for racing here in Alabama. And these drivers know it, the fans know it as well. They packed this track out, and they're ready to get 42 cars fired up. Some track facts, obviously the Talladega Superspeedway, 2.66 miles in length, a lot of different banking, 33 degrees in the corner. That is an insane amount of banking. 18 degrees of banking in the tri-oval, and the straightaways are banked 3 degrees. That's where the front stretch as they enter and exit the tri-oval, and then obviously the back straightaway, they were banked in 3 degrees. The track opened in 1969, the first race here, obviously back in 1981. The previous 5 winners here, Kevin Bandit did back in 1995, Grayson Acevedo in 1996, Trey Bardo in 97, 1998 it was Kevin Bandit again, and then Joe Sandrovich in 1999. So you can see kind of the different names that have won here. Acevedo did it for Morgan McClure Motorsports in that 4. Sandrovich did it last season for the number 12 Penske Racing Ford. We'll see if the Penske cars can try and continue that. Obviously, it's a 38-lap race here, but they don't have to worry about fuel here at Talladega. These fuel tanks are packed to where they can go the distance on one tank of 76 racing fuel. So they won't have to worry about that here today at the super speedways of Daytona and Talladega. They can go from green flag to checkered flag on the tank of fuel they're given at the start of the race. We're about ready to get underway here at Talladega for the Diehard 500, one of the craziest races of the season. Let's go down track to fire these cars up with the most famous words in motorsports.
Drivers, start your engines.
There you can see the 42 machines roll off pit road to do battle at the Talladega Superspeedway in Alabama. It's going to be one fun day around this 2.66 mile racetrack. We'll see who comes out on top in victory lane after 38 laps at Talladega. The man starting in 6th, Luke Rainey in the 2 car, looking for his first win of his NASCAR Winston Cup Series career at Penske Racing, and good qualifying result, starting in 6th place for the driver of the 2. What can he do to try and find some of the momentum he's lost as of late? Still top 10 in points, looking to regain the momentum that he has lost, and looking to get further up in the points. Luke Rainey starting in 6th today in that 2. Go back to the man starting all the way in the back in 17th. That's number 3 of Trey Bardo. Currently leads the NASCAR Winston Cup Series Championship over Chris Jericho. Bardo, a 2-time Winston Cup Series champion, knows how to get it done, but now he's here at Talladega, one of the most unpredictable racetracks on the schedule. However, he's won here 4 times, looking for his 5th win in that number 3 at Talladega here today. A few rows back, it's number 5 of Keegan Thompson, was leading points from the Daytona 500 up until the end of Dover. Dover, the first race of the season, did not leave as the points leader. Now he's over 50 points back of Trey Bardo in the 3. He won the Daytona 500, 3 wins this season. Last time we were at a restricted plate track, Thompson won it. We'll see what he can do in that 5 car today at Talladega. Go all the way back to 42nd. That's where we're going to find Chris Jericho. Had good pace in practice, good pace in qualifying as he qualified 10th. However, that car did not pass post-qualifying inspection in the 18. Dropped back to 42nd with Yepez in 41st and Burnett in 40th. They all failed. However, if there's one common thing among these 3 drivers, it was, good thing this is at Talladega. You can easily go from the back to the front here. And it luckily was not at a track like Dover, Bristol, Martinsville, where it'd be hard to pass. We'll see what these 3 can do from the back of the field. Pace car to pit road. The field's now in the hands of Nathan Stapleton and Noah Clifton. Evan Hunter, Anthony Hernandez, and Mathis Wells are the front 5. Remember, the start-finish line at Talladega is not in the center of the tri-oval. It's all the way down at the end of the tri-oval, down towards turn 1. It's going to create some last lap drama for sure. Stapleton for Roush Racing on poles. They come down to the green flag. He's on the gas, and we're underway for Talladega. We'll see this all day long. Cars and drivers trying to make some big moves, and they'll shove down to the inside. Already a shoving match between Wells and Luke Rainey and Anthony Hernandez. They were 4 wide, and they were already shoving together. Luckily, they all sorted out, kept it going, but a close call for the pack, entering turn 3 on the first lap. Stapleton got away nicely in the 97, got a big jump. He got away from Clifton and Hunter, who were kind of just stuck stalled for a second. Now here comes Kukulon, Stapleton's teammate, as Nathan Stapleton moved up to top 10 in points after a few races. He leads the first lap of the Diehard 500. His teammate Kukulon looked to his inside, but that's thwarted by Jacob Boyd for Wood Brothers Racing. Gets down to the inside. But you'll see a lot of these drivers here today. They'll jump down that backstretch down below that yellow line onto the apron. They'll be racing down there, but then they have to funnel into turn 3 into about 3 or 4 lanes. There's Steve Brando using that bottom well, gonna push from Trey Bardo. Didn't he start 17th? Well, in 2 laps, he's up to 2nd in that 3 and looking for this lap led for 5 bonus points. And that's big for Trey Bardo if he can lead this lap. 5 bonus points, but it looks like Strickland's gonna jump to his inside with help from Eli Bright, the 8. That's gonna thwart Bardo's plan for sure. Here comes Strickland to the inside. Eli Bright, his follower. Laura Chung, Aaron Reed, and others on the inside. Jay Rando leads the 2nd lap of action. And maybe some drivers might try and hang around the back and just wait around and make sure that they're not going to crash. So far, 3 wide. That's manageable here at Talladega. There's a lot of room. You can even manage 4 wide here at Talladega. There is so much room at this 2.66 mile racetrack. It's a very wide racetrack. You can really manage that out. But the issues are going to be entering turn 3 as they all try to funnel down to the few lanes that they have from the apron. How's that going to play into it is the big question. Here you see some drivers moving down from the top to the inside. Stapleton got back down low. Kukulon's trying to do it in front of Luca Iger, but Iger fills the bottom lane as Eli Bright leads for Dale Earnhardt Incorporated off 4, but a fast forward to his insides, the number 88 of Jordan Stout. Conrad Evans making nice gains for the point standings. He's up on the inside as well. To the start-finish line, 3 wide, and it's going to be the 4 to Jordan Stout leading the 3rd lap of the Diehard 500 at Talladega. Conrad Evans to the inside. He'll grab the lead to turn 1 and 2, and Stapleton already back on the inside and back up to 2nd. He found a hold down line and took it. Now Stapleton looking for the lead. Jacob Boyd looking to lead in the 21. See cars diving, trying to get out of line, and looking to use their runs well. Jacob Boyd using it well into turn 3. He goes 3 wide for the lead. Kukulon, the 17. Here comes Jamie Stammer Jr. Marcus Auto Racing in that number 71. The Haas Carter Motorsports Fords are standing together. That's Nolan Lawrence right behind Mitch Corbett. So those two cars teaming up, and they're now second and third on the inside as Stammer Jr. wants the lead in that number 71. To the start-finish line, a big run. I think he led that lap. Jamie Stammer Jr. leads at Talladega. How about right behind him, the two teammates? Corbett with Lawrence pushing him for Haas Carter Motorsports. There goes Corbett to the inside. Lawrence couldn't go low because Thompson got low. Now the 5 looks for the lead. Roger Ray with them. Here comes the 10 of Walker Davis. Down in front of him again, Nathan Stapleton. Raced in a 3 and 4. Keegan Thompson trying to gain some points back on the front 2 as he looks to lead this lap for 5 bonus points in the 5 car. Roger Ray in the 55 car looks to his inside, getting a push from pole sitter Stapleton. Now Stapleton ducks out 3 wide, and once again, Thompson got to fend on the outside to lead this lap. Can he do it is the question. Stapleton a nice run. Too close to call there, but looks like Keegan Thompson leads the 5th lap of action at Talladega. Stapleton back out in front. He's been hanging around the front of the field. Stammer Jr. still up at the front. In second, Walker Davis for Tyler Jet Motorsports. Up to third. How about Nathan Baird? Joe Bessie Racing. And these Penny Enterprises cars of Zach DeLello and Ryan Wilson, they need something to go right, and Talladega could be their day. We'll see what the Penny Enterprises cars could do, because they've not had good luck or good cars as of late. Stammer Jr., though, looks like he has a pretty strong car today at Talladega. He just got by Nathan Stapleton for the lead. That's the fastest car here, we assume. 4 wide through the tri-oval. Look at Lawrence shoving to the inside of his teammate Corbett, putting Roger Ray on the outside lane. Stammer Jr. led that lap in the 71, and here comes that number 4. Started out back, failed inspection. He and Matthew Burnett moved up nicely. Burnett from 40th, the Epis from 41st. Took them 6 laps. They're both up back up inside the top 5. Now that just shows, I mean, here at Talladega, they mentioned that there's some racetracks that you want to fail at. It's Daytona, Talladega, because qualifying position doesn't really matter at this racetrack. It's all about where you're positioned for the end of the race. There's 2 cars, breakaway single file, Stammer Jr. and Stapleton trying to lead the pack. Here comes Keyshawn Richardson. There's a man who's been hot as of late, but has not won. It's this 99 car. Keyshawn has been absolutely flying a few races as of late, but has not gotten to victory lane. We'll see what the 99 can do here at Talladega. Roush Racing as a whole has been phenomenal as of late. And we'll see right now, 2 of their cars are right now 2nd and 3rd. Another one of them, Colin Teague and Matthew Burnett, they're just inside the top 10 as well. So right now, Roush Racing having a good day. See Ryan Sprint to get up and trying to just get some sort of momentum for him, but couldn't. Matthews was the 20, Colin Teague in the 6. Stanward still leads in the 71. Look at the pack back behind the front 7 or so, as Stapleton wants the lead from Stanward Jr. 3 wide behind. Wells will clear that on the outside to get to 3rd place. Get by Colin Teague and Keyshawn Richardson. Now Wells jumps down low, trying to get in behind Stapleton in front of Colin Teague to make a run on that 97 of Stapleton. Here they race off forward. To the inside goes number 20 of Mathis Wells. Wells with the big push from Colin Teague. Stapleton's teammate. Wells going to lead this lap in the 20. 30 laps to go in the Diehard 500 at Talladega. Colin Teague wants to lead in the 6. He's the lowest Roush Racing car in the point standings, Colin Teague is. So he's looking for some momentum and trying to move up in the points, because you don't want to be the lowest for your organization when a lot of your teammates, Matthew Burnett, just outside the top 5 in points. Keyshawn Richardson, Nathan Stapleton, they're both top 10. Kukulon, decent in the 17, but Colin Teague is currently back a little bit further. Here comes Anderson Reed, 4 wide to the bottom in the 40 car. Getting a push from Luke Riddian. There's Chris Jericho in the 18. First sighting of the 18 today, and Jericho now on the inside, moving forward up to 6 and looking for 5th on Jack Haas. Seidel just behind him. Another man who's inside the top 5 in points is that 24. Keyshawn Merchant, Colin Teague still side by side for the lead. Luke Rennie 3 wide. Looks like it's going to be Colin Teague to lead in the 6 car. And now Luke Rennie goes 3 wide. The pack got spread out for a little bit there, but now they're starting to form back together. Once again, it's a big pack of cars as they race through 1 and 2. Luke Rennie pushed clear by Chris Jericho. Jericho getting help from the 24 Seidel, who's getting help from the number 12 of Mitchell Collins. Here comes Idell to the apron down the backstretch. He wants it on Jericho and Luke Rainey. Justin Idell for the lead at Talladega. Jose Mills, the 7 is with them. See all these smaller teams that are doing a really good job here at Talladega, making their way forward because, to put it bluntly, equipment doesn't really matter at a track like this. It's all about the draft. The draft is the great equalizer, and we're seeing it right now. To the bomb for Nathan Stapleton in the 97. Idell's going to lead this lap. That's big there because so far Jericho and Bardo have both not led laps. Same with Brett Sierra. And Stapleton gets to the inside again for the lead through 1 and 2. That 97 has been strong here today. Oh, he's showing the 2 of Luke Rainey in the outside lane. Issue for Luke Rainey. He drops back with the outside lane. Now he tries to cut down, cutting some more cars off. It looks like a few cars may lose the draft off that one. Oh, what a shame for Luke Rainey, running so well in this race. And that car coasting down the backstretch, but look at the cars, the big names that got caught behind. Keegan Thompson, Mathis Wells is back here. Even Jack Haas and Laura Chung, Colin Teague. And look at some of the cars like Yepez and Beal might lose the draft, even Walker Davis as well. So we might just lose a lot of cars here. Eli Bright for the lead at Talladega. He'll lead off Lathan Strickland. And now the pack, I think is only Jay Rando. We're down to 27 cars. 28th on back might be out of it. Logan Williams lost the draft early. The 11, 22 seconds, maybe now even over that, off pace. And the 2 of Luke Rainey, a tough break. And really, that unfortunate place to have that happen right when you're in the middle of the pack. You can't really go anywhere. He just held his outside lane. Unfortunately, there were some big names up there that got kind of halted. Now, if you're back there, you're desperately hoping a yellow comes out. There's Logan Williams. You can see these guys back here. They are hoping that something happens in that front pack and they can get caught back up, because look at the cars that were maybe thinking they could have good days, like Walker Davis, Yepez, and Beal. Stanworth Jr. had a really good car. Corbett and the Petty Enterprises cars. Luca Iger. That's just an unfortunate issue. Jordan Stout leads in the 80 into turn 1. Here comes Jacob Boyd. Here comes our 500 pole sitter, Sergio Aguita. On the inside, Brett Sierra. First time we called the 25 here today. Sierra up into the top 5 for the first time. You can see Boyd, he's blocking down. He knew Aguita was going to look to the inside, so Boyd took that apron away from him. What a big move for Jacob Boyd. Defensive driving. But Stout able to maintain out front in the 88 car. Robert Yates Racing has had a shockingly disappointing season. Can they try and put one together at Talladega? Right now, Stout leads in the 88. Brett Sierra in the 25. Looks to get to second. Behind them, Bardo's in the middle. Jericho's down low. Those two separated by about 20 points for the points lead. Jericho gets by Bardo as Bardo squeezes with Kimmy Conrad Evans in turns 1 and 2. Everyone makes it out all right. Nolan Lawrence up to second for Haas Carter Motorsports. Matthew Burnett, the last race winner, right up behind him in third. Lawrence wants the lead. It's 3 Fords leading the way. Here comes Anderson Reed trying to break up that Ford party. Here comes Chris Jericho as well. Nolan Lawrence out in front at Talladega. Reed to second. Jericho for third. Stapleton, the pole sitter, still up here and in this pack. Anderson Reed for the lead at Talladega. Does Jericho look lower? Does he push that 40 car? He's going to push Reed. Behind them, they scatter 3 and 4 wide. One little mistake, and other cars will go with you. Anderson Reed leads in the 40. Now Stapleton, he's going to push Jericho to the inside of the 40 car. Chris Jericho definitely wants a lap. Led for 5 bonus points because we saw Thompson and Zidell both do it, but Bardo still hasn't done it today. Sierra still hasn't done it today. Looks like his plans will be thwarted, though, because here comes that number 97 to the inside. And Reed's going to split to the middle. They might be 4 wide. For the lead, 4 wide at Talladega. Look at the run for Anderson Reed. Does he get clear? He'll clear the 97 and almost clear the 1. A power move for the 40. Now Anthony Hernandez moves out in front for Dale Earnhardt Incorporated. How about Jose Mills for single car Matei Motorsports? That gets swerved, though, because here comes the 12 of Mitchell Collins. Look at Anderson Reed. That 40 car looks strong. I think he's going to clear the 1. Anderson Reed leads again at Talladega. Does he clear the 1 to turn 1? He does. Maybe that Team Sabco car is hooked up right. Anderson Reed leads at Talladega. Collins to second. This car once again won this race last season. Here comes Idell and Bardo. Bardo definitely wants to lead a lap. Look, oh, Roger Ray stepping out. Was that an issue in the 55? Yeah, another car with an issue. Roger Ray to the apron. Big issue for the 55. Luckily, he's on the inside, able to drop out of the pack. But another unfortunate issue for a front runner. Bardo trying to get inside Idell for this lap lead. He's down there. I think he's going to have it. He has momentum. Oh, look at Spurtube go to this inside, though. It's going to be close at the lap. Who leads it? Not Bardo. It's going to be Spurtube. So Bardo once again can't lead the lap for 5 bonus points. Luke Rennie still. They have not given up on the 2-car race, 4 laps down. Logan Williams about to be lapped in the 11 car. And now Roger with his issues in the 55. That secondary pack obviously still 6.5 seconds back. They're not making progress because there's more cars up here. Strickland, and here comes Noah Clifton. Started outside pole. Haven't talked about him since then, but Clifton up for the lead now for PPI Motorsports. And Brett Sierra wants a lap lead in the 25. Here he comes behind the 32. Sierra steps out, trying to block off the 7 of Mills in case he makes a move to the inside. Sierra's going to protect Strickland through the middle with a burst of momentum. But it's going to be Brett Sierra to lead in the 25. 5 bonus points there. Yeah, so he and Zidell have canceled out each other. They're right now balanced 4th and 5th in points. They're tied entering the day. Keyshawn Richardson trying to move up in points. He's currently top 10. Caden Lynn trying to form some good run for Team Sabco. He and teammate Aaron Reed still in this main draft with a shot. As Caden Lynn looks down low 3 wide. Has a Gita as a pusher in the 77. They'll be 4 wide for second place. Strickland trying to shove through the middle of it. And Lynn got inside the Mills, barely. Caden Lynn now leads this race, but they're catching Logan Williams, the lap car. Not damaged, he's just slower because he lost track. Oh, he blocks Lynn on the top side. Giving Hagita for Jasper Motorsports to the bottom. Hagita leads at Talladega. Comrade Evans with them. Evans steps up, but Hagita leads the lap. Evans has been on kind of recovery mode since the first 2 races of the season. He's done a great job now, top 10 in points, but look at Jacob Boyd just blow his doors off with the draft he has from behind. Boyd now leads at Talladega. Jay Brando, the 22, up on the inside. Eli Bright in the 8. Gonna move out. Riley Spurgeon in the 28 coming with them. Baby Ruiz up here. Evan Hunter for MB2 Motorsports. Still, some of the smaller teams can rise to the occasion as we're nearing the final half of this race. 19 laps to go at the line in the Diehard 500 at Talladega. No caution flag so far today. Many different leaders, many lead changes, and we have a whole nother half to go. 19 laps down, 19 laps to go. Eli Bright leads the midpoint of this race. How about BP Ruiz up to 3rd, challenged by Keyshawn Richardson. That secondary pack, this first pack got slowed a little bit because of Logan Williams. And with that, the pack went from 6.5 seconds back. They've gained 2.5 seconds. They're 4 seconds back. I don't want to say they're going to catch up, but it's possible if they can just maintain this momentum they have going. Unfortunately for 3 drivers behind, DeLello, Davis, and Beal, they lost the draft along with Iger, so they won't be a part of it. Luke Rainey back out there along with Roger Ray. Luke is currently 4 down. Roger Ray only lost 1 lap. 4 wide for the back of the field. Eli Brent, the 8, controls the race for now. Burnett goes 3 wide for a second. Here's the 4 wide. Almost turned into 5 wide as Mills looked to the inside, but thought better of it. The pack scrambling around right here. I have to see, does that secondary pack gain? They lost that time because they started battling. So maybe they had gotten it sorted out to where they were single file mostly, but now they start battling again. Stanford Jr. got by Colin Teague. They need to just get single file and try. I think that 11 slowing the pack up helped gain 2.5 seconds, but now I think they're going to start losing it again. They had hope, but they need to be a little bit closer. Eli Bright doing a good job in the 8, just controlling the lanes and keeping it out in front for now. Burnett to 2nd, Reed to 3rd. Reed going to dart down to get in front of the 32 and inside the 16. Here comes 2 Hendrick cars, the only 2 left in the main pack, Zidell and Sierra. Harrison Reed might be the first person to challenge Eli Bright since he got the lead. Reed gonna challenge Bright to turn 1. We have a car up ahead. That's Roger Ray looking to go a second lap down, unfortunately, for the 55 driver. So issues have been coming up pit road, and now out of the draft, obviously slower because of that, and he's going to get swallowed up by this main draft as they now scatter around the 55. Look at them. And Roger Ray might have some mechanical issue with how slow he's going. Look at that. That is slow. And these drivers might lose the draft. Ruiz, Jericho, and Hernandez kind of got caught behind the 55, and for Jericho, that's not what he wants to see because Bardo's up there going for the lead. In fact, Bardo got put to the outside, but now Sierra to the inside of his teammate Zidell. Stapleton's still up here. Strickland's still up here. As Brett Sierra's going to lead in the 25 once again. We'll see if Ruiz and them can latch onto the draft. Jericho wants to be leading that, but once they get side by side, they might be out of it now. Once again, that pack did kind of nibble into it just a little bit. That second pack probably going to gain. Yeah, they're going to gain the draft off these guys probably. Logan Williams losing the draft, but he's already a lap down. Roger Ray, though, there are major issues on that 55 with how slow he's going. He is not having a good time out there. Obviously, the issue is mechanical for Roger Ray rather than maybe some sort of tire issue that we had written. 3 wide, Jacob Boyd moves to the inside on Jay Rando. Mitchell Collins in the 12 up there with them. Riley Sprotube in the 28. There you can see Jericho how close he is. He wants that 60 of Baird to fall just a little bit back to him, which is happening right now. He needs that draft desperately. Last time by, he was 2 seconds back. This time he's there. He's in the draft. If he can push Baird up there or get by Baird, he's in the draft. Big saving move right there for Baird, kind of losing the draft a little bit. Got Jericho some more draft and got Jericho up to the back of the 60. Now does he push Baird or does he pass Baird to try and keep the draft? He's going to pass him. He thinks if he pushes the 60, he might lose it. Look at this pack, though. They're getting more aggressive. They're starting to make 4 wide moves more regularly. That's going to lead to some scarier moments entering turn 3 as they all try to merge up from the apron. Still, the front 2 in points, Bardo and Jericho, have not led a lap today at Talladega. Bardo's come close many times. Jericho had 1 moment towards the front. And unfortunately, Bibi Ruiz is going to lose the draft in the 9. So for Melling Racing, looking to have a good day. It doesn't look like it's going to happen as Ruiz losing the draft. Baird starting to lose the draft. Hernandez latched on with Jericho in the 1. On for the lead on Jose Mills. Hagita and Lawrence on the inside. Bardo, just 1 car between he and Jericho. Ruiz still trying to latch on. He's in that mode where it's just kind of like you lose some, but then you gain some, and then you lose some and you gain some. It's just oh so close, and you're hoping and praying that you just keep gaining and that you don't lose 1 lap. Ruiz is desperately trying to keep that draft, and I think he might. Power move out of that Melling Racing 9. He did keep it. Now the front 2 are smaller teams. Jasper Motorsports and Haas Carter Motorsports. But now they're being challenged by the powerhouse of Richard Childress Racing and Conrad Evans, the powerhouse of Roush Racing, and the powerhouse of another Richard Childress car, that's Trey Bardo. Look at Clifton, he's going to put Bardo to the middle, so once again the 3's not going to be able to lead this lap. Look at the 3rd wicket shoved by the 9-9, Keyshawn Richardson. Keyshawn wants the lead, 13 laps to go at Talladega. Can Jericho lead this lap for 5 bonus points now? Down the backstretch of the race. Clifton moves down in front of Jericho. The 18 can do nothing but push the 32 at the moment. Oh, he's got a shot to the inside right there. Stay on the apron longer than the 32. Jericho for the lead and wants to lead this lap in the 18. How about Hernandez and Burnett behind? They might be able to challenge the 18 by the time they get to the tri-oval. Hernandez steps down the 18. What Jericho needs is that 16 to step out in the 1, but it's not going to happen. Jericho won't lead that lap, and it's going to be Anthony Hernandez in the 1 to do it. Hernandez leads with now 12 laps to go in the Diehard 500 at Talladega. Still at the front of the pack, 26 cars with a shot at it. Back to Jay Rando. Hernandez, Sierra, now 1-2. Nathan Baird was in danger of losing the draft a few laps to go. Baird now up to 3rd. And Ruiz looking now 3 wide. That 9 showing the power of that Ford. Bibi Ruiz was basically out of the draft a few laps ago. Here he is now on Baird for 2nd. Very close calling into 3. Baird, I think, just realized he was clear at the last second. It almost was a disaster if he didn't realize that. Now Evan Hunter for MB2 Motorsports started 3rd in this race. Harrison Reed for Team Sabco jumps low. Jacob Boyd for the Wood Brothers. Eli Bright for Dale Earnhardt Incorporated. Look at Strickland and Randall. Of course, they got through the trial. Could have been a spin right there. That second pack still, I mean, they've maintained at this point. They haven't really lost with 11 to go. But it's just not going to be enough unless something major happens in this front pack. Sierra leads for Hendrick Motorsports. Now Jacob Boyd will look inside the 21. The 24, Zidell coming to the inside as well. Here comes Kukulon Stout. Zidell's down there, 3 wide. 4 wide. Eli Bright's going to shove through the middle. But Zidell clears it. He leads. Kukulon clears it. He's second. Stout clears in third. Collins, Jay Riddle, and others. Look at Stout. That aggressive move to the inside. 10 laps to go at the line. Zidell leads. 10 laps to go in the Diehard 500 at Talladega. Still a long ways from the finish. That's still 26.6 miles. They're fighting for every inch of real estate on this racetrack. Those wicker bills along the roof of the car producing that massive draft effect, creating these big runs and some crazy moments down the straightaways. Look at Stapleton, the pulsar coming back. Jericho with them. Caden Lynn, Evans, and Lawrence. And we do have multiple lap cars ahead, and one of them might be Roger Ray. There's Roger Ray again. So how's the main pack going to cope with the 55 now? Because Ray, we know, very slow. Whoa! Stapleton and Jericho came close to each other. Ray moves down into Jordan Stout. Stout to the grass. Saves the car. He still goes. Stapleton leads the race, though. Now Ray's on up the inside. This is big for that second pack, because here we go. It slows a lot of people down. That pack is going to be on them. Now the main pack is slowed. The middle lane gets held up. And for Jordan Stout, he has to be wondering, what in the world was that? Luckily, Stout controlled the car, saved it. And if he was to spin back into traffic, that would have been the big one, because he was leading at the time. But now the second pack is closed in. They're here, and they're getting spots like Teague and Wells on the inside because the middle and outsides are held up. Barnum's one of them. Sierra's one of them. The championship contenders are up here. It's still Sierra by Roger Ray. Who can get by to maintain touch with draft is the question at this point, because now we have some cars that have life again. But there are some cars that are going to be out of it now. Jack Haas might still lose it. Spurlington's going to lose it. Sierra is a big one that's going to lose it. Yepes still out of it. Corvette's still out of it. Now up ahead we have Luke Rainey and Luca Iger, as Stout and Stapleton got away for a little bit. But now as the pack starts to come together at the draft, look at the run they're going to have in that draft. Collins and Kukulon look to the inside. Kukulon looks even lower in the 17. Nolan Lawrence has a run. Strickland and Eli Bright have runs. We can see some of them have to check up because the runs are so big. Yeah, so we'll see who can all come together to draft at the end. I have to say, if you're back around here, around Zidell or so, that might be it. If you're Hunter on back, you might still be out of it, and that's going to be a tough break for a lot of drivers. Bardo, who might lose the points lead now. Keegan Thompson looked like he was maybe back in it. Stanworth Jr. looked like he was maybe back in it. We'll have to see, though. These front runners can still get held up, possibly. 7 to go. Look at this pack. Hernandez trying to latch onto the draft, and looks like he will. Lathan Strickland leads in the 33. Eli Bright in the 8. Looking to the inside. Colin Teague has new life, as this is his first time in the main draft in a while. Boyd blocking Jericho on the apron. Jericho going to push the 21 by, and it looks like he wants to lead this lap. They're catching Luca Iger a lap car. Matthew Wells trying to get into the draft. They're hoping that Iger and Luke are going to kind of hold these guys up a little bit. They can just get there. It looks like the 20 is gaining. Jericho didn't move low. He moved up with Boyd. This is going to give Keyshawn and Colin Teague, the 2 Roush teammates, to the bottom. The other Ford going to go down to protect. Now it's 3 Fords on the inside. Keyshawn's not going to play it like that, though. He wants to lead for himself. Luca Iger's going to move low into turn 1. Now, he's not slow like Roger Ray. He just lost the draft. So once he gets draft, he'll be up to speed. It's just going to slow these guys for a little bit. Just enough for Wells, Zidell, Burnett, Clifton, Harrison Reed. I mean, all these guys are going to be in it now. So we're going to have more cars than we originally had. Jack Haas is still in it. The cars that lost out, unfortunately, Spurgeon and Yepes, Sierra and Corbett. Sierra, you have to feel for him. I mean, he was getting blocked all the ways to Sunday. The pack comes together. They're 4 wide. Coming around to 5 laps to go at Talladega. Jay Randall's going to go 3 wide in the 22. Caden Lynn with them. Colin Teague leads in the 6-5. Laps to go. They're now catching the 2 of Luke Rainey. Oh, Teague's going to cut down in front of the middle and bottom lanes. He's going to get some draft off the 2, which gets him away. The pack's still together. At the front, there's going to be about 31 cars in it. There's about 26, 27. Caden Lynn leads. Colin Teague going to go to the middle in the 6 car. The one of Anthony Hernandez pushing Caden Lynn. Jordan Stout and Mathis Wells are there. Justin Zeidel in the 24. Noah Clifton, the 32. The 40 of Anderson Reed. Hernandez wants the lead. Here they come back around to now 4 laps to go. It's getting down to money time at Talladega. One of Hernandez going to lead that lap. Got a big push from Jordan Stout. Mathis Wells the first time. He's been at the front of the pack. Here he comes to the inside. Next lap, cars get Roger Ray's into turn 3. I don't know if they'll catch him by that time, but with still 3.5 laps to go, it's possible it could happen. With how slow the 55's going, they might catch him again. That could determine the outcome of this race. Zeidel wants to lead in the 24. Harrison Reed, Jamie Stewart Jr. back in it. Keegan Thompson back in it. How about that if you're Keegan Thompson? You thought you were out of it the whole race. Now you're back in it. Iger back in it in the 14. You can see him at the back of the pack as they're now 4 wide, multiple rows deep in this pack. Coming around to 3 to go. Anderson Reed for the lead. Look at Jericho trying to get down in front of Strickland. He wants to position himself well, and if you're further back in the pack, that's a good place to be, unless a yellow comes out, obviously. Thompson goes on Stanworth. 3 laps to go. Cars darting around mid-pack. They're all trying to get in line, find a way to the inside as quickly as possible. Thompson stepping out. Going with Burnett. Evan Hunter trying to block Hagita, but couldn't. Thompson flies by Anderson Reed, who had no help on the outside at all. Hagita only got down there, didn't make the pass on Hunter, just protected off the 3. That 77 doesn't look good if it's not in draft. And Thompson, who led the 500 late, now out front late at Talladega, coming around to 2 to go. Burnett's going to get down from Evan Hunter, try to, I don't know if a smaller car might be able to get up to that 5. 2 laps to go at Talladega. Keegan Thompson looking for a second restrictor plate win. The others try to run him down like Burnett, Hunter, Bardo, Kukulan, Jericho. They have to stay committed. Roger Ray, they're going to catch him at the end of this race. Who does he hold up and who gets by? Bardo going to go to the middle. He wants to get by Evan Hunter pronto. Can they get Burnett up to Thompson? Bardo might clear for 3rd on Evan Hunter. Barely, not clear. White flag this time behind the Diehard 500. Thompson and Burnett. They'll go to the outside of Roger Ray. Roger Ray holds up the middle. Cars get around. Let's see who gets around in front. Thompson leads Burnett at the white flag. Bardo's going to step out for a second. He thinks he can catch the 5 car. The Polestar back up into it. Nathan Stapleton. The end of this race plagued by Roger in the lap car, but now Thompson and Bardo are 1-2. Thompson looking for his 4th win of the season. Bardo looking for his 2nd and his 5th at Talladega. Down the backstretch series for the final time. Bardo has a run. It's going to happen off 4, though. Behind them, they scatter out, trying to get every spot. Turn 3 and 4 for the final time. Keegan Thompson looking for his 4th win on the season. Trey Bardo looking for his 2nd and another Winston Cup Series win. They battle off 4. No help for the 3 at all. Stapleton goes for 2nd. Keegan Thompson clears the pack. He's going to win again. This time at Talladega, 2 straight restrictor plate wins. Issues for Evan Hunter at the end. He drops to the apron. That car barely makes it to the checkered flag. But it was Keegan Thompson winning in the 5. How about that? His 4th win on the season. And once you thought that he was out of it, he's back into it. Thompson wins his 4th of the season and his 2nd straight on the restrictor plate race. Trey Bardo's going to extend the points lead off Chris Jericho, who got held up by Roger Ray at the end. Bardo ended up inside the top 3 at the end. For Jericho, he was outside the top 10. For Thompson, what a way to get your 4th win on the season. That 5 car outstanding on the plate tracks, and you have to think once we go back to Daytona and Talladega, he's going to be the favorite to win that one. That is for sure. Well, let's go look at those finishing results after Talladega. See, Evan Hunter had issues right at the end of the race. Luckily, he was able to finish that race out, but Keegan Thompson wins in the 5. Nathan Stapleton gets 2nd. Trey Bardo ends up in 3rd. Good day for him. Hagita, a really good day in 4th for Jasper Motorsports, and Jacob Boyd for Wood Brothers, another top 5 there. Aaron Reed for Team Sapco ends up in 6th. Justin Seidel in 7th. How about Jamie Stewart Jr. for Dave Marcus and Marcus Auto Racing ends up in 8th. Matthew Burnett backs up the Dover and wins another top 10. And Mitchell Collins runs in the top 10, the 12. You can see Evan Hunter got to the checker flag at 13th, but issues right at the checker flag put him back to pit road. Chris Jericho 14th. Could have been a lot better, but could have been a lot worse. He could have lost a lot more points to Bardo. With the craziness of Talladega, we go to a few more normal racetracks, I guess you could say. See Conrad Evans, top 15. Eli Bright. There's Ryan Wilson in 18th. Good run for a Penny Enterprises car. Nathan Baird for Joe Bessie Racing, and maybe Rose for Melling. Wells and Stout. All these guys back here kind of got held up behind Roger Ray as lap traffic, especially Roger Ray, definitely the big influencer in this race. It was the 2 Luger having his issues, then Roger Ray with his issues, but the issues on the 55 definitely looked a lot worse than the issues on the 2 car. You can see 38 cars finished on the lead lap. 1 lap down for Iger and Williams. Roger Ray 4 laps down. Luke Ray, unfortunately 5 laps down the 2 car, as both the 55 and the 2 had issues under the green flag from the main pack. They ended up 41st and 42nd today at Talladega. What a race it was here in the Diehard 500, and some of the more normal suspects up at the front at the end, like the number 5, the number 3, the 97, the 16, all of them. They were up for right at the end when it counted most, and for Keegan Thompson, he snatches one on a day where if you asked him with maybe 10 to go, he would have said no shot that I'd win this race. But Thompson ends up winning it in the 5 for his 4th win on the season, and a good points day for sure. Same with Trey Bardo, a top 3, a good points day for Trey Bardo. So next race out, it's our first night race of the season. We go racing at the Richmond International Raceway for the Pontiac Excitement 400. That's going to be a fun one under the lights, short track style at Richmond. That's going to be one crazy race just like we saw here at Talladega. So maybe some tempers could come out at Richmond. We could see a change of the points if things go awry there. Congratulations once again to Keegan Thompson in the 5 car for winning here at Talladega. And join us next week on JRTV for the NASCAR Winston Cup Series from Richmond.